Hey guys, Alicia here. Oh, that was kind of weird saying my name like that. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a tour. Well, I'm gonna show you a tour and about what I did in art class. And I'm gonna show you my most awesomest drawings that I created and the most ugliest, worst drawings ever. But I don't care because I am improving, and if my art teacher is watching this, if I say something, it's true. And I mean, you're a great teacher, so let's just get to it before I just, say something terrible. Anyway, when I first started, it was kind of first time, I didn't know anyone, and my art teacher in the beginning was very totally critique. I wanted to cry. So when I started, it was in 2018, and the first, what we did is we had to look at someone without looking on the paper. And, that's how it looked like when you don't look at the paper. Then I tried it again, peeking a little bit. I peeked, and this happened. Worst drawings ever, but I still keep them. Anyway, then later on we did further lessons of how to draw hands, and just like staring at your hand, and you're like, okay, and then put it on paper. And you have to do some techniques with like looking, and so far we've just been doing hands every single time for quite some time. And I got very lazy. I got very bored, and I started doodling everywhere. And that was the end of drawing hands, because we went on to the next lesson, and that was the negative space. So what we had here is a chair, and we had a box. So we had to like kind of make 4 squares, and just like, a grid when you're like on a canvas and you have to draw lines and you have to follow the grid on each line. That's what we did, but then in 4 squares. So we only had to draw the outside part of the chair, and then once we have like the negative space, then we go inside in order to cover everything. And we did that one more time, and technically I wasn't allowed to like smudge, because like that's what we all do, we smudge. And he said like, no, you guys stop shading, that's not allowed. But yeah, so that was also a lesson that we learned, and it was pretty nice to learn this. I'm just throwing these papers on the floor right now because I have nothing else to do. But then, oh shoot, then we did this. A man. This, I don't know why we did this. It just looked so weird and wrong in many levels. Also, I got bored and I couldn't do it. His head is so tiny. And then I just did Hawaii and Hulk, and it's just the shoulder was just terrible. Anyway, I even did this. I started to focus, but then just what? And why is his hands like this? Like why? Anyway, then since that was all over, we didn't do any lessons of tiny little lessons, because like for some reason we improved. So then we started doing characters. I did this. I just noticed this was the end of the month of December. I am way off with my timing of whatever, I don't care. So I had to draw Astral in different poses and then put Astral in it. So technically there were poses in real life, and I had to make them into the poses of Astral. And there were many more. I mean, I kind of find it nice, like how they created it and stuff like that. It was nice. It was nice until we had to do some making our own character from the Wizard of Oz. Well, I lost all the papers of how I made her, like how I created her, but this is what I had from her still. Those 2 hands, like I can't do hands. It's just anyway. So we had to put it on canvas, and this was the first thing I made on canvas. And yeah, I don't know what I did. Like those dots weren't intended, but I felt like to do extra. And you can see, I made this in March. So you see, like, yeah, March 2018. That was almost 2 years ago, almost. Okay, anyway, so that was, I forgot her name, from Wizard of Oz. I'm terrible. Okay, anyway, that was the first painting. Then, since we were on the perimeter of characters, he decided to say we should make our own characters. Well, I had a small brain at that time, and I really liked Tops, and I don't know what I was doing here, and I wasn't there yet. I was drawing really small, so he said like I had to draw like people with long legs. At that time, I didn't know what I was doing, okay? And then I started to create my character. If you know where this is from, I give you a awesome 10 if you are smart, but we're not going to talk about it. This was also made in March. That was 2018, yes. Everything happened so quickly in March. So this was the character, and of course, the better version of, you can say, position, but I didn't quite care. Then we started to make the character better in form. If I'm actually like not putting this in camera perfectly, I'm sorry. It's just that sometimes I have to look and check. But this was her at first because she evolved. You can see her in my banner and everything. And this was in April, so next month we started focusing on this, and then this starting to do with emotions. So this was for me 2 years ago. Drawing like this, I can't believe I drew this. Okay, but I mean, you can see I was improving. So. Oh gosh, there's so many papers on the floor. Then we started doing poses, again, for our character to put on a canvas, well, type of canvas. And yeah, I'm gonna stand from now on because then I can see what I'm doing. So then I did coloring. This was her original color. Yes, but that changed drastically again. Then we started focusing on poses again, and then I found a perfect pose, and that was this one. Yes. Then I kind of worked on it. I lost the paper or something like that, and it was this. Like my art teacher put this on like digital, so I can work on it. And then I had this. Remember, the purple hair will come soon, and everything else, the colors. But this is what I had at first. She had a T on top. She had a T. That will change too, because her name was first Tia. Yeet. And then I started working on drawing it cleaner, finer, and hand problems like usual. Like this was. Anyway, then the colors came in, and this is what I kind of had at first. It kind of went to this, and then this, and then something over here was awesome. It looked like kind of with Mario Sonic next to it, with shoes. And I don't know what I was doing. Then we kind of merged everything what I had in the previous with blonde hair to this one. To I have a big piece of paper like this one. Yes, light blue. I still had the lines like this. I don't know why, but that changed drastically also. And then I was also working with what am I doing? Yeah. Okay. So when that shenanigans was done, it turned into this beautiful masterpiece. And this was in watercolor. I think, yeah, watercolor. So you can see, this was my first ever awesome, amazing drawing I did in art class. And I love it. I hang it, of course, you can see it's in portrait, and it's amazing. So let me put this gently on the floor now. That was a joke. Anyway, then, I don't know what else we did. Before I forget about this, we did oil painting. And this does not fit in the camera. Oh, great. Anyway, I'll just do a slow motion of it. So you see, this was made in oil paint. They have a little tint of blue, but you don't see it. But this is what I had. And this was actually a sculpture from a picture that I had. Do I still have it? No, I lost the picture. But yes, this was this. The face gave me problems, but I got it. Finally. So yes, this was the end of oil painting. Then we went on to shapes, again, learning. And he said that we have to create something in our brains to know what we're gonna create. I don't know what's went wrong in my brain. Everything. You can see it. Dr. Eggman. And then Kool-Aid, and then a granny, and then a unicorn with a puppy. And yes. And then more shapes on it, and I don't know what's happening over here. An alien? Wait. An alien? A guy? A weird beard with wings? And this cute dog. I like this one a lot. And then this creepy guy, and this sad puppy guy, and this was also a stage in my life, and I don't know what this is. I didn't draw on the other side. Then, this. I know you can see the shape, I just don't want to explain what the shapes are. Yes. And then, another one, evilish, looks like, I forgot. Why am I forgetting names all of a sudden from Despicable Me? A little bit. More shapes out of I don't know what. It was, you can say, it was just a learning lessons, and we just had to do some weird doodles. Now, what I like about this one is that this one looks nice. This is an upside down lamp. This one is a lamp. You can see that for a fact. And then a cute little giraffe, and another flipping doodle thing, and this is a owl. and then a teapot into a girl. Yes, that was it from shapes. Then we started working on characters again. I don't know if the timeline was right. I just shoved all the papers. Yeah, you can see the timeline was right. This was made I think August? No. October? September, I believe. If I'm wrong, I don't care. So this was also working on characters, like poses. Yes, poses. Then I had this one. Like my art teacher said, this was nice not to work on shapes. I never did that. I mean, I'm still doing that, but not really. Then we have this. The feet was wrong. This was wrong. Everything was wrong here. Head too big. Shh. No, it's good. I'm just kidding. Then it came into some weird fast mode. This was made in December 2018. Everything happened in 2018. Then it was just, quick. What we had to do is we had to draw in a minute or 30 seconds. So you see I started drawing smaller. And the whole point of the lesson was to not focus on details. And that was pretty amazing. Like, that was interesting to focus not on details, but like the pose itself. And yeah, something to put on the paper, I guess. Now, I am going to block something with this. I don't know why, but I don't want this to be shown. I'll just show this on my phone. I just have a cute little hamster. So I'm just gonna shove it there. So this was working with poses as well, but then as a base, you can say. So this wasn't very much of an interest because I already kind of knew what's going on here. And then, of course, a little bit lessons of shape again. This was from my art teacher. And then again, more poses. This weird thing. And more. It was just a continuous of poses. I don't know how many papers I have fallen on the floor now, so more poses. Just put my phone down. This was just for fun. I don't know what I was doing in life. Why are there so many poses? Ah! Okay, my phone just went crazy. Then we started working on further characteristic like shape again. Again, shape. You see? Shape is very important. Now, I forgot to take it away. Well, I'm gonna get it soon. We were going to make a sculpture, and we had to make a new character. This was her, Zoe. She's not a Mayflower or something like you can say, but I don't know. It was just like she's just a girl and she likes cat. I really don't know what I was doing. No backstory, just saying. And yeah, this was the first. So then we had to kind of make her in different poses again. And you can see my anime side kicked in. So many papers again. I'm seeing that. And yeah, just drawing her and seeing her reactions. Then I started finally making her into a circle round-up shape. Not 100% great, but it was worth it. And let me go get it. This is her in sculpture version, in a statue. So her hair changed drastically from 2 pigtails to none because it was difficult. And just having a big strand of hair, like a ponytail just going down, is amazing. So this is what I have from her. And the sides are pretty cool, as you can tell. Just perfect, I think. Yeah, everything was just hard to do. I almost forgot the bell at the end. Burp. Yeah, so that's what I got. And I was thinking on making and painting this into, like, with color and if you guys want me to, you can vote in the poll if I should paint it or just leave it like this. And if you say no, and most votes are no, and I'll still do it no matter what you guys say. I just want to be, I'm bored. I just want you guys to vote to see if you guys want me to or not. So yeah, this is Zoe, and I hope I can make this like a guy version, not gender bend, but like a version of a guy. And I know which character to use that, and I was already making it. His name is Mike. You'll see a picture of it soon. But you see what I was saying about having short people? I wasn't drawing the legs very long. This was just terrible. I don't know what I was doing. Anyway, we moving on to weird guys. I don't know. That was, I think, something. And now we're going to some realism, I guess. And it's a nose. A good handsome nose with no eyeballs. And then the scary part, if you guys can't handle, there were 3 eyes in one picture, in one paper. So, yes, eyes. Not the very best. The lashes are pretty thick, but like it's okay. It's fine. Also made in 2018 December. Too many things. Now, new year, 2019. We're going to 2019. This. If you can guess what this is, it's perspective, of course. We were working on that. We were working on how perspective works. Everyone should know how perspective works. Everyone has art class. If you don't, and you don't pay attention, too bad. Not gonna explain. So, this was a courthouse where I live. And, yeah, I just didn't have time to finish it. It looks kind of long in a wide variety. It had palm trees, but we had to focus on the courthouse. It was learning how to use perspective. Then we started to work on extra perspective, like this. This is, you can say maybe a fairy house. It wasn't very the best. It's still in 2018. Why am I saying it in 2019? I don't know what my timeline was anymore. And we were working then on a picture, paper noises. The pain and suffering I went through here was just awful. I was writing words, I gave up, mad face. And I was hungry at that time also. I don't know why I wrote that even. Maybe just to get my art teacher's attention of the pain I'm suffering. Then I start over it again. It went better. The bed didn't exist yet. The walls are just floating. But yes. I don't know how many papers I've shown. I should make a counter on this, So then, my first perspective was this. A drawing of something. I think this was made digital, of course. And the first try, I don't know if I found the second one. No, I lost the second. I mean the first one. This was the second try I did, and it went pretty well. The problem I had with the first one were the windows, this area, and the rocks, and also window. But that came into a stop because I made it into a awesomer area of awesomeness, like really shading. I should maybe try to put this higher if I can. Beep. It's not working. Ah! But yes, this is what I got in making of a perspective with really awesome shading. I find the first time doing this was pretty good, but I could have done better, and which I did. We went on to 2-point perspective, which our art teacher found for us to be more difficult. Psyche taught because it went pretty well, because one perspective and the other's perspective, and it kind of just whoosh into a roof. So you can see this was Star Wars theme for some reason. That was a picture, okay? I don't know where that picture went. I just have too many papers. Then we went, and this was also a picture. This was kind of a, you can say not messy house, but a really, really detailed house. And yes, umbrella, the bear clock, a weird toy, and even Toy Story toy ball, and food. And that turned out also into the previous one, but darker. Bang. And to be surprising, this was amazing. I think I was the first one done or so. Yeah, I was the first one done in this because I was way faster than the others. And yeah, this is how it turned out, and it was pretty nice. Amazing. Some papers fell that should not have been fallen, and now I'm stepping on all of them. Okay, so then we went on to, you can say, the boy character finally. And this was Mike in the beginning, and this was, we passed, yeah, so perspective was mostly in 2019. So this was Mike, his first time, his art teacher time, and then kind of mixed those two designs, and this happened. I started to get my moon eyes from that. That's how I developed my style of moon eyes, and maybe getting long hair, like more volume of hair, but he noticed that I was working on the painting of my room. But before I even focused on this one, I was doing perspective of my room, also in pencil shading type. So I had to figure out, should I have a bird's eye view, or should I just have a human's eye view, or I don't know what I was doing. I was even ringing, and yeah, I was kind of getting paranoid with it. But then I finally figured out the technique. I don't think I have the paper in hand. Nope. That was the only thing. I kind of went skifty with the picture, so like this. So this is what happened. And it turned out into this awesome masterpiece. So the roof, and of course there was the roof, and then we have that too. We have a lot of messy items on the floor. Well, not really. Mostly it's just stuffed animals. A pillow that will soon disappear. You'll see why. And the moon, and she's drinking coffee because I like coffee. And this, of course, is Stella. And yeah, it was nice. It was amazing. I was the only one that did this. So then he decided, why not do it in painting? And I agreed. And this made me suffer as well. This was his thing. I did not do this. Just pointing that out. And this was mine. This looks like the house was on fire. A lot of people say that. That kind of hurt my feelings, but that was just a fact indeed. And then this was actually a really nice one. Didn't go. And then we had this one. Too much pink. And I could agree. Then we kind of went further into the depths. Wait, we went to digital. Because I just didn't, I was doing this at home. So, I went digital on this. This was terrible also. Like, just, the colors were awful. But then I kind of went back to the painting section and realized it was really awful. Because the colors weren't there what I wanted. And, yeah, that was kind of the end of my weird color session. So then, I finally made the decision, ever since I saw a picture of a Peter Pan reference, and of the room, and it was kind of like, whoa, that looks nice. The bluish color with green, and this is what I got. This is where I went for. And after many sufferings, I went through, and I'll show you like clips on how it went progress right now. And after many sufferings of pain and colors, and well, it wasn't really that much. At the end, it was because I had to like catch up and finish it. This was the end result. So, yeah, these were the colors I created, and it was pretty calming. Everything was fine. And like I said, the pillow was missing. It's gone now. Even her sword is gone. And yeah, this was the final thing I made in 2019. So that's what I have done technically in 2018 till 2019. It wasn't much, but it was much after all these papers, you know. I just stepped on more paper. I should clean up. But yes, this is what I made in 2018 and 2019. And I had done more digital art, of course, but that's not what I did in art class. This is what I did in art class. And the improvement of my art skills are getting there. It's just been 2 years. It's gonna come to 3 years now. Next year, of course. And right now, that's kind of it. I am going to make the boy, of course. Don't worry. This one will come in. The boy version I will make. And if you guys want me to create them and, like, you know, sand them, paint them, like, that's the process I'm going through. And I'm gonna, you know, make them into and have them more color in them. If you guys want me to, just please just say yeah or no if I should. I'll still do it, but it depends. The amount of no's I got or the amount of yeses will depend on when I will post them or make them, you can say. So that's it for now, I guess. See ya. The amount of papers I have on the floor. It's just amazing how much I threw them on the floor. So yes, too many. Too many to clean up now. Well, now I gotta clean up, I guess. This was my fault in making a mess. I wanted to do this.